The opinions you're about to hear on this show are strictly those of the panel.
The following program is rated TV MA LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Violence.
Yes.
Hello. Welcome to the Friday Night Valentine Shit Show. And I want to say thank you to Bruce for hanging out with me tonight, Ruben, and Orange Hat. So thank you so much for hanging out with us, or me, and everyone else. But happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I hope you had a good day with all the people you care about, and hope you got some good goodies or something for Valentine's Day. But tonight I'm going to mix the show up a little bit. We're going to talk about some of the stuff that's going on with Doge and all the other stuff that's going on. And I'm also going to bring up some stuff that might help you spice up your relationships or give you interests on what's going on in other people's relationships. So, but the first thing I wanted to share is something I saw come across my timeline. It really made me laugh. Some of my friends were sharing it, and it's somebody I follow on X, and I thought you guys would get a kick out of it. So I'm going to share this really quick because this is funny. I don't know if you guys know Templar. Do you guys know him? I thought this was really funny for, the holiday. I'll take the music off. I don't want to get in trouble, but it's him. You can see his parrot, a chicken, his pig, and himself. He's dancing and having a good time. So I don't want to, but I just thought it was funny because he said on the post. So hold on, just give me a second. It's almost over. The thing is that he said up here, me still at it all 3 weeks, probably 4 weeks, probably 4 years. So I don't know what he's doing, but at the end, I think, let me fast forward a little bit. He says something about being Valentine's Day. So hold on. To be alive. It's good to be alive. Now, you got to have a good confidence in yourself to be able to make a video with your pig, your chicken, and your parrot, and not wearing a shirt and wear a hat, eat, share stuff with your pig, and wear a tie. I just thought it was so adorable. And I wish more people, I'm not saying to dress up like this, but to be yourself and not be afraid to be yourself in front of other people. You know what I mean? I just loved it. I thought it was great. And I feel like that every week when I get to hang out with Bruce already. We all just ourselves, and we sit around, we talk about whatever shit comes up, and we play our game and we enjoy ourselves. And, nobody gives a shit. I just love that. I just wish more people had that in their life to where they could just, be themselves and like it. And not fear that you're going to lose your job or your friends are going to quit hanging out with you or any of those things. You know what I mean? And that's why I just wanted to start the show with that because it just made me laugh. And everyone that was in the chat that was sharing it was all laughing and saying what a wonderful person he was. And I go, I'm friends with him. on X, and so we were sharing it on our timelines and stuff. And I hope he gets a whole bunches of hits on it. He deserves it for just being himself, and I wish more people would do that. That's one of the things I wanted to start out with. But the next thing I wanted to start off with is it's a serious thing, but it tells me that our president made the right choice, I feel, by this type of person being our vice president, and this kind of thing is he's doing. So I want you guys to see this. It says Trump picked a great VP, and I didn't know if you guys had seen this, but it's him and his wife. He tries to let them in first, just the woman, even though he's vice president. He's a Holocaust survivor.
Well, thank you all for being here. We're grateful to the leadership of this memorial site here at Dachau, and especially grateful to our new friend Abba here for being willing to share a story, though it is a story of great hardship, because what happened here, of course, is something that should never happen again, which is the murder of many thousands of innocent people, of course, as part of the broader Holocaust. And I've read a lot about the Holocaust in books, but being here and seeing it up close in person really drives home what unspeakable evil was committed, and why we should be committed to ensuring that it never happens again.
That is it's inspiring to me that we have someone, because I've had a lot of people say stuff like they're worried who's going to take Trump's place when he's finished. And to me, if he stays hands-on and he keeps doing stuff like that and showing what we are as American citizens, and that we care about what other things that happen in other countries, and we care about people. We have humility. We're not a bunch of freaking assholes with our guns running around pushing people around, because we aren't. Okay, so getting to see something like that and see him hands-on and being a gentleman, and you saw he stopped to try to let the other couple in before him, even though he's the vice president of the United States. He does not. His head isn't so big he can't fit through the door, and that makes me proud to say I'm an American and he's my vice president. So did you guys see that video?
That's the first I saw of it.
Have you seen it, Ruben?
That's the first time I saw it, but yeah, it shows the character of J.D. Vance.
Mm-hmm. And his wife, and that his wife's willing to go with him and promote our country to other countries with respect. Okay, I just love that, and it's so nice and heartwarming to me as a military brat to see it unfolding in front of me after 20-something days of them being in the White House, basically, and in charge, to see respect again for our country. And other people look up to us as America because we have strong leaders again. I just love it. I can't help it. I can't stop smiling. I can't stop feeling good about it. I mean, it's only been 20-something days and we're already kicking ass and taking names. Do you guys feel that way?
We're doing something right, because all the right people are getting pissed off. So yeah, we're doing something right.
I don't mind them being pissed off, but I don't see any swinging bodies or, at the worst, arrests. I'd rather have dead communists, but I'll accept arrested communists. But I want dead communists.
Well, we don't know what's happening, but I'm telling you right now that Pam Bondi's getting fired up from some of the interviews that I've seen about her releasing, the Epstein files. She's going to, they're going to release the rest of the information about the second shooter for JFK, and they stuff and who assassinated what was his name?
RFK and JFK.
RFK.
Yeah, JFK, but a few other things that they're trying to do, and the thing about aliens coming to our
Who the fuck
planet and some other
cares?
stuff like that. I know, but the thing is, it's not just what
I'm
we
sorry.
want. There's other
Yeah.
people out there that have been wanting, these people that say they have been abducted long time ago that are dead now, and that, you know, people have made fun of their whole life. And if they come out and say that it was real, that these people did get abducted by somebody that has visited our planet, then it will clear their family. You know, it just things like that that we think is stupid, whatever. Just because we're not interested in it doesn't mean that other people aren't. And I think it's great. I hope they go over the whole slate of things that have been conspiracies, but that are real. And whether we want to hear it or not, I think they should just open the book and let everybody see all of it. You know what I mean? And I think it's good for the country. I think it's good. It's going to heal. And hopefully, once they start opening up all the books and letting all the truth come out, that we won't go back to hiding everything. You know, that we'll have people that, like my show last night, I had a young woman that was really upset when she's finding out that everything that she thought growing up as a now that she's an adult about our humanitarian aid and all this stuff, because of the USAID stuff that's coming out, that it's all fake. She said one side is paying this side to fight this side, even though the other side is being paid too to fight that side. You know, that everything's fake. That's all lies. And she's heartbroken over it. But what I talked about with her was the fact that her eyes are open now. So, and she's young. So hopefully by the time she's my age, she'll know I'm not putting up with any of that shit. And I'm going to go vote, and I'm going to work the polls or do anything I can to help my community and my state to make sure that kind of shit never happens again, to hold people accountable. And if we do, I don't know what our future could be like, because honestly, where we are today, none of us had a life where this wasn't happening. You know, this was happening behind the scenes our whole lives. And this is a way of cleaning the palate for us so that our next generation and generation after that don't have that. They're going to start out with a clean slate and having it all laid out for them. I'm just excited about knowing that the truth is coming out, and that younger generations are going to get to have an actual government that's transparent, that they can see where the money goes and why they're paying taxes, you know, stuff like that.
Well, that's the thing. We're getting it with Trump. Mm-hmm. That does not necessarily mean that future administrations are going to do the same thing, because I guarantee you, as much as we love what Trump is doing right now, the mm-hmm. Democrats are a very dangerous animal, because what happens when you back a corner or an animal into a corner? They get extremely dangerous. They will eventually go on the attack. They are right now finding out they are irrelevant, and they are going to do every goddamn thing they can, including a repeat of July 13th, except they will actually be behind it, or verifiably behind it this time. Now, mm-hmm. as for what John M is saying and Hardwick Bentho, has Tom Homan actually referred them for investigation, or did he ask the AOG, the acting attorney general, I think, or whatever it is, did he, or I know he asked their opinions on it, but are they actually going to be investigated? Because I know that Trump has often said, I am not going to lock up political opponents. He said he could have easily gone after Clinton. And yes, he could have easily gone after Clinton. And he should have. You're absolutely right. I agree.
Well, however, one of the things I want to say really quick. He did not want
to set that precedent.
Well, one of the things I want to say really quick about that whole thing is, remember way back when Trump lost, okay, because of the 2020 bullshit that went on, you know, that I honestly believe they cheated, Okay, I really do. From all the video and stuff that I saw, and I worked the polls in 2 states, and I'm telling you, the stuff I saw in those other states with other people handling other people's ballots, the way that I saw in the videos, that's illegal. And those states, whichever ones they were, should not have been able to put those votes in. Electoral college votes should never have went for either candidate until they got the cheating fixed in their state. Period. That's how I look at it. It has nothing to do with whether it was left or right. It was cheating, period. That's what I'm trying to say. But the fact that that nothing was done so far, a little bit here, a little bit there, that bothers me still. Okay, because they haven't cleaned the slates in those states. But see, that it's on the state. That's on that state or whatever state is having those problems. The people of the state have got to start saying, this is bullshit. I want to be able to go and vote and know that my vote was counted. And it's never going to happen in your state until you get off your ass and go and make sure that the people in charge of all that in your state are not using those machines or whatever it is that you think needs to be done. Get off your ass and go try to do something. Fix it. My state's fixed that.
Yeah. I want to address the Lady Beatrice, her worry in the chat. She's worried about how these policy changes are going to affect Social Security and SNAP benefits. They're not going to. Those are state issue, or those are state things. Mm-hmm. It is not up to, or the federal government does not dictate that. Mm-hmm. Now, unless you're talking about actual retirement Social Security, I do. Well, if you're a federal employee, I do believe that might be, or I believe that is somewhat dictated by the federal government. However, when it comes to retirement and supplemental security and all that stuff, that is state. That is not handled by the federal government.
Well,
that is one of the big lies that the media is trying, or that the media and the far left are actually pushing. They cannot, and yes, the executive order, according to John M., and I do also remember hearing about that order. It exempted those programs, meaning it's not cutting those programs. And even if he did leave those exempt, or even if he didn't leave or make those exceptions, the federal government can't touch that stuff. So you have nothing to worry about. Just
one of the things that I was going to say about, I'm going to take this off. It's just a little feathery thing with lights, and I thought it was pretty for Valentine's Day. It's
going to make me have a seizure.
The thing is that from what I've heard, all the stuff they've come out with the USAID stuff, right? All the wasted money. I mean, almost $1 trillion so far, I think, is what they've gotten to now. Is the fact they haven't named who spent what on what, right? Who was the one that wanted to spend $2 billion or $2 million on a transgender comic book in Africa, or whatever the dumb shit is, the Sesame Street and the this and that, whatever's coming out.
Butchering apes to make them transgender.
What I've heard is that Trump wants the names attached. Okay, so I think Pam Bondi has to go through that and see whether it's legal or not. Now, the fact that they spent the money that was allotted by Congress, to spend it, so you can't sue them. You can't put them in jail for spending $2 million on making transgender monkeys or whatever. Okay, sorry. We can't get the money back, okay? Because it was legally done using the Constitution, even though it was a fucked up, stupid, dumbass reason to spend. So sorry to spend that money that way. The fact that we will know whose idea it was and who signed off on it. See, that's what we deserve as taxpayers. Who took the money? Who wanted to spend it frivolously? And that's what I'm excited about, is finding out all the names of all these dumbasses. And hopefully people will listen and say, fuck that person. I am never voting for them again. Finally. And man, I can tell you right now, after watching some of these interviews, that they've been doing on all these people for Trump's cabinet, just listening to these people, dumbasses, asking the dumbest questions, have nothing to do with the job that the person is about to do, but whether or not they're going to be Trump's puppet and all this bullshit. Those are the people, I guarantee their names are on that list. I'm not even a genius. I'm not even really smart, I don't think. But I can tell you right now, a lot of those people that are sitting in the Senate right now asking these dumbass questions have nothing to do with anything with the job that Kash Patel is going to do, or what Pam Bondi was going to do, or Pete Hegseth, or any of them. Look, they didn't ask him shit about the job they were going to do. They just said, "Are you going to be Trump's puppet? Are you going to tell him now when he asks you to do something illegal to attack one of the people that went against him for January 6th," or whatever the bullshit was? And then they sat up there day after day and lied constantly about stuff that's already been proven that wasn't true. I don't know how they're allowed to do that, but apparently that's in the Roberts Rule of Order. They're allowed to stand up there and do some blah, 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 say whatever the fuck they want, and we can't do shit about it. So to me, it's ridiculous, but if that's the way they've been doing it since the beginning, I guess we have to put up with that shit. And that's why it's real hard to sit and listen to all that shit. I would get so mad. I have to go clean. I go clean a bathroom. I go do some laundry and do some dishes and stuff just so I wouldn't want to break everything in my house. Listening to these dumbasses just pisses me off. But guess what? I'm glad I did it because it's really opened my eyes to how stupid some of these assholes really are, and that we're paying them. We're paying them to do that shit. And it just sucks. It really bothers me. But the first thing I wanted to bring up that have to do with Valentine's Day. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Oh, come on. I can't ever get this stuff in the, it says the top fetishes. So here it is. Okay. I thought I'd bring up a few things since it's Valentine's Day to share with you guys about different things about relationships or, fun in the bedroom or whatever, any type of thing. And this was one of the things that popped up and I thought was interesting. How kinky are your neighbors? The top fetishes in every state revealed and a bizarre national trend explained. I thought this was pretty interesting. So I thought we would listen to this and maybe find out something we don't know to help us with our bad relationships or bad choices in the bedroom or whatever. So here we go. Let's see what kinky stuff's on this list.
Borough's $7.5 million Ohio mansion on December 9th. Federal prosecutors say the thieves made off with roughly $300,000 in luxury items, including watches.
I don't know what this is. You think it would be it, but I guess it's for something else. But okay, here we go. Most search fetishes for use in the United States. So these are the things that people were looking for. It's like wrestling, face sitting, chastity, CPR, breast expansion. Wow, there's some weird shit. Socks. Have you guys seen any of this stuff? Latex, giantness. I got an article I'm gonna bring up, but it says as we enter 2025, the data show several converging trends. Okay, it
What's
says
the state of Michigan?
The state of Michigan. Why? What do you see up there?
Matt Cat asks, "What's it say for Michigan?"
I don't know. I'd have to get closer and see.
Blow it up.
Let's see. I don't know how to make it bigger. How do I make it bigger? Right here?
Middle mouse. Hold on. Middle mouse button and control. Scroll up with your middle mouse button.
On the picture and scroll up. See, it's not working.
No. With your deep, there's a little thing on your mouse. Push down on the center button where the roller is. And
I'm doing that.
Hit control and.
Okay, hold on. Gotta push control.
And then scroll up with your mouse wheel. It should inflate it.
Oh, like that. It got a little bigger. Oh, here we go. Oh, it got little again. But is it a little bigger? Can you guys tell?
That.
What's this?
Nope. No. I don't want to see a diarrhea emergency.
I don't know what this is. I don't know what's going on. How do I make it small again? Damn it. I don't know how to make it little. I don't know what I'm doing.
Press down on the middle mouse button.
I am.
Okay. Control and push down middle mouse and scroll down.
I am, but it's not doing anything. Fuck. Shit. I don't know what I'm doing. Let me get rid of it and I'll click on it again. Fuck. I'm sorry, guys. I suck.
Okay.
I cannot do this stuff.
It's fine.
I was trying to click on it, but I don't know how to make it bigger. Now I got like 25 of them in the list here on my thing when I'm trying to open it. I don't know which one I'm supposed to click on. There's like a whole bunch of them for some reason. Oh, now I can see. Okay, I'm gonna click on all of these and see if one of them's it. None of them are it. So I don't.
Matt Cat says it's Vor.
Gore.
Vor. V with a Victor.
What's that? Voyeurism?
No, worse.
I don't know what it means.
No, you don't. You're good.
Okay.
The bliss you're experiencing is not knowing. It's good.
Okay, well, what? I'll just do this then. God dang it. I wish I could do stuff. I wish I knew how to do it. And I didn't even think about zooming in because I thought that video was going to talk about it.
That's why I need to be a multimillionaire. I could pay your daughter to be your producer and just feed you screens.
Okay, well, this was some ideas that I came up with. I dug through some of my props and stuff, and I thought these are some simple things that you could do for your girl. Buy her some feather boas and let her wear different ones with other outfits for you for entertainment, or you can buy some fun stuff like this and wear it in the bedroom and maybe start a conversation. I think it's hilarious. This is some of the stuff that I got. Or you could go buy some water guns and have a water gun fight in the bedroom. That might be fun. Or you can get some props like this and be a naughty nurse. Let me check your temperature. I thought that would be funny. But, there's so many different things that you could do at home in your own bedroom to spice things up, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. It's fun. Or you can just, put on some cowboy boots and some sexy shorts and a cowboy hat and just say, save a horse, ride a cowboy. Never know.
You know what I heard earlier this week? I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah.
But I heard that more women had fun times with their spouses and boyfriends with the less makeup they wore because they were acting more natural / tomboyish. Mm-hmm. And the women that were dressing up to the nines and getting all the makeup on and looking like an Instagram thought, they were not really concerned with how much dick they got from their spouses or loved ones. They were out there to compete with other women. That's it. They were out there.
In the bedroom, you're not competing with any women. Right? You're just in the bedroom with whoever it is that you're wanting to be with. That's what I'm saying. You and her can do whatever you want because it's playland, like this. You can get some boots like this for her and let her walk around and pretend to be whoever she wants or whoever you want her to be for one night.
And don't forget wigs. Wigs are people's friends.
Wigs, black, red, short, afros. I even have a bald wig. I haven't got to wear it yet. One of these days I'm going to. When we do like video.
Here, baby, put this on. But I look bald. Put it on, baby. Put it on.
If you like skinheads, you can do that. But what see what I got. I got a cop outfit. You can get, lock them up. If you've been bad, I'm going to put you in a jail cell. Whatever. But what I'm trying to say is, it's whatever you want to do with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or whoever. You can do whatever you want. It's behind closed doors. It's nobody's business but yours. Make it fun.
And have you ever watched Angela Johnson?
Who's that?
She's a little stand-up comic. Talks about Korean nail ladies.
No,
I'll share that with you off screen later.
Yeah, we played it. We played it before, Janet. We played it.
It's like I was talking about earlier. I said, if you have never been to New Orleans or gotten to take your date or go there with friends, just to have fun, it's a wonderful place. Mardi Gras coming up, And you can get tons of these thrown at you from balconies. Okay, big baubles like this. Usually, you have to show your boobs for.
Yeah. So then what?
Dance
So
around
basically,
for.
anybody
These are
going with.
these are really heavy. These are expensive ones. These are the more expensive ones.
So what you're
And
saying,
what
Janet?
what I have is I don't have them right now. I loaned them to somebody, but I don't have them right this minute. They're fake boobs. There was a store you could go to. I think it was called Condom Sense or something like that. It's a joke. It's like a Spencer's. Okay. And it's fake boobs. You put them on and you could just open your shirt and you can tell they're fake, but it's funny. Right? It gets people to laugh. But that's what I would do. I'd give that to my friends and they'd take it down and they would do that when they'd say, hey, show us your tits or whatever from the balcony, and they get lots of beads. And you can get bags and bags of beads, but it's fun. It's something fun to do. And it's a grown-up thing to do when you go down to the French Quarter and have a good time. But there's just so much to do down there. And you can be yourself. Okay. Nobody cares, just be yourself and have a good time with your friends or your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. I just wanted to bring that up because it's Valentine's, and I hope that you guys had a wonderful day today. Whether you just watched movies, you cooked for each other, or whatever. I just hope you had a good time and you enjoyed it.
Well, after what I just did earlier, sorry for that, folks. I
thought it was hilarious. I'm sorry.
Well, it went down the wrong pipe.
Wow.
You
want me to show this video?
Just
Bruce?
went down the wrong pipe.
What's going on?
I apologize for
everybody. This video you have down here, or is that?
Oh yeah, go ahead and share that.
Does it have music?
Can you hear me?
No music.
Okay, because I don't want us to get in trouble. Oh my God!
this happy Valentine's Day, all of you degenerates out there. I was surfing the interwebs and found Twitter. And I just wanted to show off YouTube. Some things. This is Mike. This is our former president, Barack Hussein Obama, with his at the time lover, Michael Yvonne Robinson. Mm-hmm. Guess who he became later? Happy Valentine's Day. And then we've got.
I was going to add that many times, and you can get online and find them. You just type in Barack Obama calling Michelle Michael. I've heard him do both in interviews. And honestly, I have never met a single couple in all my life that accidentally called their spouse, their wife, a man's name.
Yeah.
So I just think it's, I don't know why they're afraid to not tell people. You know what I mean?
That is not a ball of yarn, by the way.
And the fact that, what was her name? Joan Rivers?
Joan Rivers died.
Talked about it as plain as like it was yesterday. And she had no problem with it. Everybody knows, she said, and now she's not alive now. And for a patient to be in a doctor's office and not even, it was an outpatient thing. It wasn't like real surgery. I'm going to turn this off real quick so my battery doesn't go dead.
Anyway, are you still sharing my screen? Because I'm going through my tabs here.
Yeah.
I was just making fun of Big Mike and its husband, or the house bitch, Barack Hussein Obama. But this is an interesting picture here. This is a real estate values off of Zillow in the Beltway area. You can see I-66 there and a few other places, but this is just everything is on sale because it's over. It's over. When I say it's over, I mean the gravy train is stopping.
Mm-hmm.
So
they're moving. They're moving because
people are moving out of the Beltway. It's done
because their money's running out.
The money's running out. There's 9,000 people getting laid off from the Internal Revenue Service next week. Clap your hands, children. This is when you clap. This is a good thing.
We need to get rid of the 87,000, or we need to get rid of 87,000.
I don't disagree with you. I want them gone, fired, working at Kmart, not involved with public sector, all involved with private sector.
Actually, here's a better question. How many employees work at the IRS?
A lot.
Because whatever that
Apparently.
exact number is, get rid of them. Yeah, it does suck, man. Haven't had that problem.
I'm not seeing enough
for quite some
firings,
time.
enough
And I
handcuffs.
just ruined 2 Star Wars books. So, yeah, sadly.
Oh, I'm sorry that happened to you.
It's Bruce. What's going on here is you have the shills, people who've done wrong. You see the Maxine Waters, the Schumers, all of the crazy people yelling and screaming that they're going to expose us. And in my opinion, that whole narrative is dying. It's dying. It's dying. But they're saying that it's done too fast. No one elected Elon, whatever. But again, no. It's basically someone putting country over party over themselves. Both in Trump and in Elon Musk have done that. Elon Musk is an immigrant. He's not from here. He came here. He saw the opportunity. He made the deals. He just did what Trump does. I did it myself before I got sick. I'm doing it again now, and myself doing little deals and getting things done again because people are now believing in the future. So what you want to happen is coming soon. There will be arrests. There'll be stuff going on, but it has to be done in a very good way. It's
has to be done the legal way.
Yes, exactly, the legal way.
Well, I wanted to share this because he says he loves seeing the Democrats trying to stop Trump from exposing them. Well, guess what? It's not just Democrats. There's a lot of rhinos in there.
There's Republicans in there, dude.
There was some Republicans that were involved in January 6th in the cover-up of all the videos that none of them got, and people sitting in jail for years and never getting to go to court. There's Republicans in that mix. I don't care if they're Republican, independent, whatever they are. If they were involved in crimes and we have evidence of that, I want to see them all be punished. We would be. You would be. If you did some of these things, that they're being caught with their pants down. And that's why they even tried to kill him. I really believe that. And that's another reason why they just postponed Kash Patel again, because of parliamentary procedure and whatever else, the way that they go about stuff, filibustering and stuff. So I think Trump should just go ahead and appoint him. I mean, he's allowed to do that.
There's a process. I think we have to wait for that. But yeah.
Here's something that I wanted to play. It's actually from my own, or I'm going to play just it's a short of mine. I'm going to play it from my phone if that's all right. Okay. Basically, folks, here's the Democratic Party, because Ayanna Pressley did a little presser, and she said she's speaking for all of her Democratic colleagues. So I'm going to turn this up as loud as I can. I believe the camera or the mic is over here. So here we go.
So would anyone who's serious about doing the work that's really American people advancing progress?
So I guess you're tossing out that bit of your oath of office where you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States. Yeah, this bitch needs to go.
Yeah, we couldn't hardly hear what was said. Can you just tell us what was said so we can hear what she was saying?
She basically said, she's speaking for all of her colleagues, and she's saying that she is serious about working with people who will censor Americans for the sake of progress. That is a direct intent in calling for a violation of constitutional rights. As far as I am concerned, I believe that is warrant enough for members of Congress to either put a vote to the floor to remove Ayanna Pressley. Not just censure, not just whatever, but to actually fucking remove. Now, obviously, she will not get removed, because that requires a 2/3 vote. I mean, he might actually get quite a few votes in the Senate. I mean, I know that Fetterman is actually he may be a Democrat, but that dude is actually center line Democrat. He's a moderate, and he's also voted to confirm a lot of Trump's appointments.
He voted against sex ed.
Yeah,
he voted against
he
sex
voted
ed, but he
against a
voted.
few people.
Yeah, but he did he voted Tulsi, or he voted for Tulsi, I believe, and whatnot.
A lot of men would vote for Tulsi. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, and but the point
bonding.
is, I believe there would be enough votes. Yeah, hold on one second. I'm getting a text. But yeah, let me and then maybe I'll send you the link so you can share it, Janet.
Okay.
But yeah, the fact of the matter is, folks, when you do so, or when you take an oath of office, you are taking the oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. Me, I am a person who believes that there should be a stipulation for all politicians that the moment you call for any sort of intentional violation of our constitutional rights, be it a censorship, be it even fucking putting a ban on bump stocks, you should automatically be removed from office because you have shown that you are betraying the values of what it is to be an American representative of our Congress or of our Senate. And I believe that any president that actually takes effort and also violates the law, like Biden did when he basically told the Supreme Court to fuck off, I believe that they should have impeached him. And everybody's like, well, you wouldn't have gotten the 2/3 vote. I don't fucking care. Because here's something that a lot of people are not realizing. Me, I'm a person that thinks the long game, sometimes even 100 years into the future, beyond my lifetime. Everybody's going to look at the history books and see that President Trump is a twice impeached president. Everybody's going to read that in the history books 100 years from now. However, what they will also be reading is that it was now, after Biden's administration, those two impeachments were sham impeachments. But the impeachment of Joe Biden was legitimate due to him violating the Constitution. That there was a concern, or that there was an effort to actually do a proper impeachment for a president who violated the Constitution and who violated orders of the Supreme Court. By having that on the official historic record, you therefore will allow the American people to know years from now that that person was indeed a shit president. Instead, like I said, I'm thinking years ahead. But unfortunately, the fucking Republicans were too fucking pathetic. Oh, he's going to be gone in a month. Oh, he's going to be gone in January. I don't fucking care. Put shit on his official fucking record that will mar his record, that will mar his fucking legacy. And he'll also mar it himself by pardoning his family, as he did. He will he's already shown to be a liar in chief with all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So yes, we already know that he's done the lies and stuff. That will also judge him in history. But having an impeachment on record is also an indictment of his legacy as well. And it is a heavier indictment. Yes, impeachments are just formal complaints. I get that. but it is also an effective tool later on down the road. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how I'm thinking of it. You're thinking, or I'm thinking 10 steps ahead, where everybody else is like, well, he's going to be gone in a couple of months. You are thinking, or you are literally playing checkers when I am playing 10D chess.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I can't waste my time on people who do that. So when I'm hearing a lot of these fucking idiots, the second when most of these Democrats come up and start mentioning race and shit, I'm automatically tuned out. It's like you are exposing yourself as somebody with such a low IQ that I cannot listen to you out of fear of literally becoming a retard. Because honestly, that is what you are. You are retarded. Original definition, held back and hindered individual. They are held back and hindered on such an ignorant method of ideology, which is identity politics. They are thinking, and if I could talk with many of them, I would tell them, you know who would be ashamed of you right now? Martin Luther King Jr. He would fucking be ashamed of you because you are only focusing on skin color. You are only focusing on the color of your skin when he wanted people to focus on the content of character. And your content of character is fucking filthy.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them.
Going off on
that. That's okay. But there's quite a few of those. That's what I was saying. Watching just small groups of senators doing the different interviews to see whether or not they should be going to the Senate floor to be voted on. You know, like Kash Patel, Pam Bondi. It was a whole bunch of them. I can't remember everybody's names, but there was a lot. And I aired them for days and days and days, all for 11 hours on X and Rumble, just so people could have an idea of what these people were going through to get them just to be able to have a cabinet seat, you know, for Trump, to try to help do some of the agenda that got us to where we are right now, to clean up the mess, to drain the swamp, to clean up the debris that's been left behind by so many different presidents, right? And boy, they're not liking it because they're airing out the dirty laundry. They're opening up all the drawers. I don't know. I saw somebody post something and it made me think about it, because what it is, it's like you take you asked Elon Musk to come in because you got robbed. Your business got robbed, right? And he's watching hours and hours and hours of video, okay? And he catches the people red-handed stealing the shit, and you want to prosecute Elon for it. That's basically what we're seeing happening.
Private chat. I found, or I shared that link I told you I was going to share. It's the video of that gender and race bent Lex Luthor.
Okay, well,
saying he wants to censor Americans.
I will see if I can open that real quick. Just give me 1 second.
I love that bit. I love that little audio avatar. You know, with
what?
Biden. I love that little avatar you have off when you go off camera.
Oh yeah, I put that on because of my earrings are basically lips. I thought it'd be cute. So okay, I'm gonna bring this video. So let me share my. Is it? What? I can't remember. Share my screen, I guess. Yeah. Okay, and it's this one. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Can you see it?
We can see it. Is it like a female Picard?
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I'm gonna play this. This is who he was talking about a while ago. But here's the video for it.
Look, let me tell you something. I'll take a bit of umbrage here. I'll speak on behalf of my colleagues. I think I can say we are all willing to work with anyone who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing progress. But they are not serious.
You know,
So if we want to advance the fact that we want to censor her and we're not allowed to, is that basically what she's trying to say? See,
she wants to censor, or she is willing, and she even spoke for her Democratic colleagues with her. And you even saw that older freaking crone behind her going like this. Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Whatnot.
That's what's funny.
Yeah.
But what she said is exactly what she means. If I went and I had a rally and I said that about her, and I pointed her out that me and my friends are going to censor her, she would want to put me in prison. But she's allowed to say that about me. See what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a racist. I'd be racist if I said the exact
She'd call you a racist. She'd even call you a misogynist because she's so fucking blind with hate.
Mm-hmm. So see, that's what's so ridiculous is the fact that it's our way or the highway, you know, and they don't see that is blatantly exactly fascism. They say they're anti-fascist, but they're all fascists. Everything they do, all their actions show that they are. They hate freedom of speech. If I had the right to say, fuck you, and she has the right to say, fuck you, that's freedom of speech. But when she says you can't say it, only I can, that's totally against the Constitution. So I don't understand. See, that's what scares me when people say we have to hold them accountable and we have to have a law that says they have to follow the Constitution. Well, we do have a law, which is the Constitution, but we have different people pointing at what they believe the Constitution says. And that's what the fighting is, because she believes the Constitution says she has the right to say it, but not me. You see what I mean? She honestly believes that. That's why she's standing up there saying what she said.
Rules for me, but not for thee.
I mean, I don't know how
Somebody
else to
just tried pulling a Elon is the father thing. Yep.
What do you mean?
Some chick said 5 months ago, I welcomed a new baby into the world.
Oh.
Elon Musk is the father.
Well,
I have
DNA
not previously
will prove that.
disclosed this. Yeah, it's
you know what I mean.
Fucking hilarious.
We have DNA now, so they can say whatever they want. Because he has a lot of kids.
St. Clair shared it. Yeah.
They've had lots of kids. He's got a lot of kids. So, you know, if some bimbo comes up and says it's his kid, then do a DNA test and do it publicly so everybody can see. If you have nothing to hide, then you won't be afraid to say, oh,
having my baby.
Oh, I just think it's great. I'm trying to share some of this stuff that people are saying. But yeah, I think that all of them should be audited. And that's the problem. The problem is Kash Patel said before he got nominated for what the position is that he was going to release the Epstein files, you know, a whole bunch of other things. And that's why they hate him. Just think about it. I have a feeling I know a lot of the people that are on this list, but I guarantee you there's people on this list that we are just going to go, what the fuck? You know, we're going to be shocked when we finally do get to see this list. Okay. But I want to see it. I think everyone and the victims deserve that those people's names are out there. Pam Bondi was Attorney General of the state of Florida, and she said in an interview, and I watched it, she said that anyone that was involved in trafficking any of those women that 2 people went to prison for, one committed suicide before he got a chance to go to prison, but they were convicted of trafficking young girls for people. People were paying him money and using these girls. All the people that were named in that court cases that were trafficking the young girls, using them because of Epstein applying, putting them on his plane or whatever it was, wherever they had the young girls and they were using them, that unless they turned state evidence or they were a victim, all the names can be released legally. There's nothing they can do. They raped young girls for money. And their names should be out there. And I can't wait to see whose names are on that list. And I hope that all of them, once the names are out, that other people from the states that they were raped in will want to take these people to court. They have the witnesses, and all the girls are too afraid to say anything. All of these girls have been silenced because they are being threatened with death, and some of them have committed suicide supposedly. So the whole thing's.
I've committed suicide 3 times since this started. Just want to let you know, you read that on the internet.
Yeah, so I'm just saying it's terrible. And 2 girls, I saw 2 interviews, and I showed them on one of our shows. The girls saying that they got to meet Trump, and they talked to Trump about what happened to them on Epstein Island, and that he told them that he was going to do everything in his power to get those names released. And they said that's why they voted for Trump, because they believe him. And already 20-something days in, Pam Bondi's talking about they're going through all the stuff and finding the names that they're going to release. So that's another reason why they might want Trump dead, or have Kash Patel not ever be picked for the FBI, or some of the other people they don't want. They definitely didn't want Pam Bondi, but guess what? She's in there now. And hopefully she's going to start holding people accountable for breaking the law. And if they broke the law and there's evidence to prove that, then they should be punished for it, whether they're a Democrat, independent, or Republican. It doesn't matter to me.
Trump and Elon both have proven to me that they mean business with what they're doing.
Yeah.
Bondi hasn't really been in for a length of time, but I can say, okay, she means business. Tom Homan's been in there before. I know what he's going to do. But I think most of us are on a wait and see, because Trump's first term, he put people in power that had no desire to do the things he wanted to do. And like a lot of shit dragged its feet for the first 2 or 3 years.
That was because I really believe that he was told by certain people that were, maybe in the Bush administration or whatever, this person's a perfect, like putting in Ray, a backstabber. Yeah. Wasn't Ray one of the biggest backstabbers in the FBI?
One of many.
Okay, so just little things like that. Trump didn't know, but guess what? He's had 4 years to collect information, because he saw a lot of shit. It's like he said, that video that I played last night showed Trump saying, we got it all. We got them all. We got everything we need. And the last 4 years, that's all he's done, is sit down and try to figure out who's the best people to put in what position to take care of the swamp. And that's what I think he's doing. I mean, if you know anything about Trump, he puts his teeth in and he doesn't let go. So I'm hoping that some good shit's going to hit the fan. And I really do believe it is. We've got 4 years. So, and right now, from some of the things that I've seen that Vance has been involved in, trying to fix old wounds that we have. Look he's already got a prisoner from Russia released that was put in jail for having marijuana, medical marijuana. When we got when our other president was in office, he left that guy that was in jail already and got, what was her name out? The female basketball player. He got her out, but he didn't care about another teacher that was over there. It's all of it's pathetic. But man, I'm getting a lot of thunder, so hopefully I don't lose my internet or anything. But this next thing I wanted to share, huh?
Is she female?
Who?
Is she?
The
female basketball player, Brittany Griner.
Oh, I don't know.
Who literally said,
yeah,
Griner. Who literally said after her wife welcomed a baby boy into the world, he's gonna call me Pop.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's a girl or not.
And they never. And
but
by
the fact that they didn't care about another prisoner. Yeah. And they traded, I don't know how many Al-Qaedas or whatever, or people, bad guys for her or something. I don't know, prisoners or something that we had. It's just pathetic. It was all disgusting the way they did things.
The individual we traded for, Brittany Griner, was a fucking horrible military individual that is capable of great acts of violence. Brittany Griner it has no equal footing compared to that individual. That was a poor trade in the history of ever.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But this next person that I'm going to, before I play it, I want to show, hello, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying on different things. I'm trying to share little things for all of my viewers, little things that you can do at home, in your bedroom, in the privacy of your own home, little things that you can have at home that you can have fun in the bedroom with your lover.
As long as you don't do any demonstrations. I don't need to see giantess or vor on here. That's why I go to Reddit.
You can. What I was saying was, you could buy her a boa to let her wear, with some sexy lingerie and dance for you, or you could dance for her while she's sitting on the bed all sexy and beautiful, or you can put on something like this. Okay, I'm gonna take this off. I showed this earlier, but he might not have seen it. Something funny to break the ice, like this dildo that I have on my head right now. I'm being a dickhead or whatever you want to call me. But, fun. Laughter is another way to a woman's heart. Okay. Men always say the best way to a man's heart is through their stomach, right? By cooking, being a good cook. Well, what if she's not a very good cook? Like me, I can make meatloaf and a few other things.
Make her good at going to Pound Town.
I hope she's good.
I'm not very good at baking. I bake like shit. I have to buy cookies that are already made, or you're not going to want to eat them. But the thing is it starts at home, and it's not expensive. I mean, there's lots of fun things, because playing someone else for a few minutes or a couple of hours is exciting. It really is. You can do so many fun things and enjoy each other's company.
I would laugh if the sex tape came out from the Obamas and it was Big Mike and Barry doing various Rick James bits off of Chappelle. Could you imagine that? Because I sure as shit can. I'm Rick James and Big Mike.
Not really. I don't know if I'd want to see that, but thank you very much for saying that. I really appreciate it. I enjoy it. It's fun. When I first got to talk with Bruce, our very first time I was on a show, because his girlfriend at the time thought I was funny and whatever, and told him that he needed to invite me on a show, and he did, and we started talking. I said, yeah, if we do a movie review show, I would love it. And I said, I can dress up in theme for whatever movie, or as a character from the movie. I go, that's right up my alley. So that's how I first got started involved wanting to do it. I mean, I just like it, and I have tons of stuff already, because I do promos, and I've done stand-in work. I've done other stuff in movies and TV shows and stuff, and music videos. But it's fun and it's exciting, and I wish everyone could do it, because it really is fun. Being somebody else for even a short amount of time, to even pretend as a nurse. I even know people that dress up as nuns. So I know that sounds kind of naughty, but oh well, that's the way we are today. But I love this guy. I played his stuff on the show before, and he wants you to share his video, so I know I won't get in trouble for it. But he says this is his take on Robert Kennedy Jr. So here we go. I'm going to play it for everybody to watch.
Who the fuck am I to talk about health? The things I have put in my body over the last many decades, it's amazing that I'm still alive. But I balance everything out at the age of 60 in 2 months. I exercise, I'm hyper, I'm creative, I'm constantly on the move, physically and mentally. And that's what the balance, I think, kept me alive all these years. But I would like to bring up some health issues, especially the new confirmation of RFK Jr. as the health commissioner, the health guru, whatever you call it. Now, I'm old school. I'm not into all this holistic Chinese alternative medicine, frog eyes and bat wings and grind it up in baking soda and sprinkle it on yourself during a full moon and that'll kill you. I'm not knocking it. It's just not for me. Old school. Little Vicks under the nose and some homemade chicken soup or whatever your grandmother did. That's what I do. Now, the beauty about RFK, and again, I don't agree with everybody, every politician from the president down to dog catcher, but I take the benefit of the bulk of the benefit, and that's where it comes in to benefit me and society. Obviously, we have become so complacent and fucking stupid. And what this man is trying to do, he's not going to tell you, well, you can't have steak. You got to eat kale, seaweed, and bug skin. You can't eat steak. He's not that asshole. He's not that health jerk off. Okay? He don't give a fuck what you eat. What he does want you to eat is things with less poison in it. Shit that is confirmed to be in there. For instance, you see this snack here? It's just a little snack. I grab snacks every now and then because I'm on the go. And then I said, let me check this out as this whole health thing was kicking up. Where the fuck are the ingredients? I can't find the ingredients everywhere. Oh, look at that. Hidden under this secret flap is the ingredients. Why? Because these fucking companies don't want you to see it, and they know you're not going to look for it or ask because we have become stupid and complacent. That's changing as we speak. The thing is, that same snack, that's why I say stupid Americans, because that same exact snack, over in Europe, has 80% less of the ingredients that it does here. 80% less poison. See? So this is what this man is trying to do. To not only smarten us the fuck up by not telling us what to eat, by telling us to eat smarter. You understand? I'm still going to eat junk food, but at least there's a lot less poison in it. And the number one thing that I like about this man and what he's going to do is go after these big pharma fucking scumbags that push these commercials all day, every day in front of children and adults because we have become stupid and complacent. Not anymore. And what do you got? A splinter? We got a pill for you, son. It's called Splintexicide. Take it. You're going to shit razor blades for 6 months straight. But your splinter will be gone. Fuck that shit. That's why this man is great, because that's what he wants to do. And at the same time, educating us dumb fucks to just be a little bit healthier. It's very easy.
I love this guy. What do you guys think about what he said? His point of view.
I swear to God, I see the same guy on Crowder's show. His name's Nick DiPaolo. But I swear to God, every new Northeastern comedian says the exact same thing. They look at RFK going and they're like, oh my God, he's going to take red number 5 out of the M&Ms and turn it back to the cherry flavoring and coloring. It's going to be great. Look, we're going to go back to natural flavors. And there's 70 comedians right now that have the RFK shit going on, and they're fucking in love with it, which I got to agree. I like the idea too. But, you know, I gave up on most stuff because I don't eat a lot of unnaturally processed bullshit. Over the last 3 months, I've cut down on a lot of my junk food, except for Hershey's chocolate, which has a lot of shit in it. But I'm getting more and more into stuff from Sweden and Switzerland because their dark chocolate is really good for you. So, I mean, that's like my snack material. And, if I can find good apples around here, good organic apples, I usually go for that. But, yeah, RFK over the last 4 months has changed America. And he's been talking about Maha, 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 Maha. This guy, he's echoing things that we want. Every single one of us wants this. Nobody here wants to be unhealthy. Yeah, you're right, Devil Eater. Stop eating toxic shit and it will kill you. And that's part of the problem. Too many people are still addicted to things that are going to kill them. And that's just a fact of our fucking life. And I hate to say that, but we have to make a choice. At the fucking supermarket or at the convenience store, you got to start thinking for yourself and a little bit more in the long term. I don't want to shit razor blades for 6 months. Do you?
I don't.
I'm trying to be more naturally minded.
Yeah. I just wanted to share this with everybody because it was in the Hardwiki shared this with me in my email. I went and opened it, so I wanted to share it with everyone. It says, will you be my Valentine? I got you some candy hearts. And then running in, wait, kids, don't eat those. They contain red 40, a dye that can cause cancer. Exchange these healthy red beets instead. I think it's adorable. I love beets, so I eat them in almost every salad I make. So I think it's great. Thank you for sharing this with me. and I'm glad I got to share with everyone.
He cheated. He looked at Janet's salad. And he saw that there were beets in there. And he's like, I got a meme for this. Let me dig through my meme pile.
Do you guys like beets?
I don't eat them.
Oh, well, I love beets. I like them in the can, in everything. I mean, I can eat them pickled, whatever. I just love them.
Definitely afraid of beets.
But I like beets.
Yeah, beets are very important to eat.
Nearly choked to death on them, and I will never touch them again.
Yeah, I try to just, I don't eat beets. I have potatoes, I have corn, I have beans, I have green beans. We have a lot of good food down here. We got a place called Sprouts about a block and a half away from here. And Sprouts is like a smaller version of Whole Foods, but actually it's good for you. And the fruit, the veggies are a little bit more expensive than, say, your HEB or your Costco or your Walmart, but they're fresh. And like they have a few policies, like we try not to get anything in here that's been sprayed with anything whatsoever. We just want natural fertilizers and natural pesticides on the produce that we ship. So Sprouts is a good little farmer's market. It's an established store. They've got 3 in San Antonio, I think. If you've got a Sprouts near you, you know what I'm talking about. If you got a Whole Foods nearby, you have an idea of what they're going for. I don't think they completely succeed on all the corners there, but Whole Foods tries.
Okay, well, the next thing I wanted to bring up was this. Oh, fuck. Sorry. That's not it.
Come on,
How
show
did
us
I
your
do that?
address.
That was my email. How did that come up? Hold on. Just give me a second. I suck. How could I work so hard to get everything lined up, and I still can't get it to work right. It's just funny to me.
It's okay, Janet. Like the fact you're trying.
When I put this wig on, it actually makes me stupid for some reason.
No, that's not it. That's not
crazy. Well, I don't know, because I'm just stupid all the time, I guess.
No,
but this was the other thing I wanted to bring up.
You're not stupid.
Was this whole thing with this woman? Oh, that I cannot stand. Okay, well, this was it says Rumple Foreskin Waters of the House is scared that Doge will find out crimes he has committed, and that is unconstitutional. So I wanted to play this for you, this little snippet here. This is the kind of shit that I was talking about, me having to listen to.
Musk comes knocking at the Fed's door. You gonna let him in?
I don't have anything for you on that.
Would you like that you won't let Doge into the Federal Reserve or have access to the systems and the data?
So I don't have any, we've had no contact, and I don't really have, I have nothing for you to report today on that.
Well, you know what happened at Treasury, and you know what happened over at the CFPB, and the people of this country are being violated because all of our privacy is being taken up by Elon Musk and Trump, and we don't know what all they have on us, our bank accounts, everything that in our lives.
It's a shame. It's just a shame because by speaking to power, by speaking against public record, they're gonna do everything. They're gonna throw me in stocks, and they're gonna get in our files, and they're gonna know about every dollar that you taxpayers make. And if I say it aloud, it'll be true. My name is Maxine Waters. That's all I ever do with myself.
What's so funny to me when I was hearing some of these people make these comments, not just to this gentleman, but it seemed like every single person they interviewed, they had the same script basically they were following. They were saying stuff about that Elon Musk is in there and he's got our social security numbers. And how do we know he's not going to take all our money? Stuff like that. I mean, this is the richest man in the world, basically, and he's in there to steal your money. Okay, after you stole trillions of dollars and spent it on frivolous shit from the taxpayers, but we're not allowed to take your social security number. I mean,
she's interested in the $600 transaction in your checking account. She wants to know Why is there a $750 bill payment in your savings? Why did you have an $800 transfer of money? What are you doing with your personal property, America? And she wants to get in your asshole and look around in your banking information. And she's the same bitch that is saying this garbage right now. Oh no, they're going to get all of our social security numbers and steal our retirement money. She's a fucking victimology master class. That's all she does. She just screams for victimhood, victimhood, victimhood. And I swear to God, she would not have the career she has today if she was born a poor Irish lady. She would be completely just butthurt and broken, working at Kroger to the age of 74.
What was funny though is that them calling her, what was it, Rumple Foreskin?
Yeah.
Was a name for the
goddamn wrinkle factory.
It's terrible. And she's wearing, I mean, I'm wearing a wig right now, but it looks good. If I went out in public, most people wouldn't come up and say, "Oh, I like your wig." They're not going to say it because it looks real.
Natural.
I mean, it feels real. I think it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful one of my, I get lots of compliments on this, but
You've got a good wig collection.
She's got lots of money. She could afford real hair wigs for a few $100s, and it would look it would look good, but her hair does not look nice.
She's such a low class person. She would buy a carpet wig and then say, I'm just a poor congressman lady. I don't make all that money. And she'll retire with $45 million in her account, by the way.
That was another thing that a lot of, there was this older gentleman, I cannot remember his name. I'm so terrible with names. That was running basically one of the ones that I was doing airing live. And he was talking about every single time we would come back to him, he tried to set the record straight and say that was all proven lies, you know, whatever, to cover and that you're attacking him without any merit, you know, that kind of stuff. He did the best he could. And then he would offer letters of whistleblowers from the FBI because they were saying that FBI people are going to be damaged, and you know, just I don't know, it's just disgusting. I mean, I go to bed at night and I can't stop thinking about it because I'm so upset about how they're able to say all these things when it's been proven. Like they were talking, they even brought up two people sitting in the Senate as senators brought up the PP dossier again as factual. And they were talking about what Trump's doing all these things with Russian hookers and blah, blah, blah. He's broke the law, yet he can sit there. And now he's got people going through illegally breaking the Constitution because all this money was allotted legally by the Congress, blah, blah, blah. And he has no right to stop the money from going where it was allotted. You know, this kind of shit. That's the kind of stuff that they've been saying. And I'm like, who voted for these people? I mean, does anybody actually read anything or research into a person they're going to vote for? I mean, I don't understand. I'm just not smart enough, I guess, to understand why these people keep getting elected. I mean, how many years does someone have to be in Congress before you realize they haven't done a damn thing for you yet? If they haven't done anything for you in 4 years, they haven't improved your life at your house, then why are you putting them back in there again? That's another thing. I wish we had term limits on these people. You shouldn't be able to go there and make $200,000 a year and retire in 5, 6, 8 years with $25 million in the bank. It's blatantly obvious that these people are being paid off by lobbyists and all kinds of shit. And didn't Trump say the first time when he ran that he wanted to get rid of the lobbyists? And boy, they hated him for that shit. They wanted to burn him at the stake. You know, so it's.
You want to see some fun numbers, Janet?
Do what?
You want to see some fun numbers?
Yeah.
Look in your private chat.
Okay, hold on. Fun numbers. Oh my God. I'm afraid in a little bit. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to. I'll have to start it over again once I set this up. Hold on. Let me present it. Oh, please let me do this right. Oh, shit. I clicked on the wrong button. Hold on. Okay. Share screen. Doge tracker. Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna redo this and watch these numbers, people. That's $billion. 48 billion with a B, not million with an M, which is a lot of money too. But shit, yeah, I had some people in a chat, DM chat on X, and they were talking about it. And then they ended up talking about it a little bit in a space, and they were saying how much money every American person, as of today, it was a couple of days back, what each person could be paid in the United States of America if they were to pay restitution to each of us for the tax money that was wasted with just what Doge has found. And it was like $3,000 a person. We have 360 million people in this country, and we could each get paid $3,000 a person. It's probably more than that now, but just the thought of that is people should be shocked by that. That's a shit ton of money. I can't even, people start throwing $1 million out there, and I'm already, freaking out because I wouldn't even know what to do with $1 million. And these people are talking about trillions of dollars. We are trillions of dollars in debt. And I've shared a couple. I'm gonna go see if I can find it real quick. But let me show this this other. Is this it? Let me see if this is it or not. Yeah, I got one more thing I was gonna share before I wanted to show some stuff. The senator that I voted for, Kennedy, and you saw him standing back there after the truck ran down the street in Bourbon Street and killed people. He was there. The senator was there with the mayor and the governor and stuff. He's just a wonderful guy, and I've loved it. I've loved all the stuff he's been saying about why is anybody pissed off that we're trying to find out where the waste is going. He doesn't understand, and that's he sounds exactly the way he sounded when I got to meet him at a function and shake his hand and listen to him talk. It was a good old boy, just a Southern man, gentleman. He's very gentlemanly, very nice, and I just think he's great. And just get to see him on the floor talking and saying some of the things he does about wanting to clean up the mess, and to see how many people are finally speaking out, even a few Democrats, speaking out about trying to clean up some of this mess that we're in. None of us, and any person that's pushing for these people to be in office, I don't believe they're involved in any of this shit. That's why they want them in. All the ones that are saying all the shit and trying to stop them from being in there, no, their name is on a list somewhere. That's what they're afraid of.
Got a vested interest in to not let them in. Come on.
Yeah. And that to me, that makes them look more and more guilty. The more they bitch and moan and make a bunch of shit, to me, it just proves to the rest of the people that these people are full of shit and they're all crooks.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
So this right here, I wanted to share. Oh God, it's already started. I'll have to start over again. It says George Hill at the left side of your screen, an FBI agent and a whistleblower who worked at the FBI Washington, D.C. field office, testifies under penalty of perjury that the FBI won't allow over 11,000 hours of J6 footage to be released because it would expose undercover agents and confidential human sources at the right side of your screen committing acts of terrorism at the Capitol on January 6th. Additionally, the FBI appointed 5,000 of its 13,700 agents to investigate fabricate terrorism charges against American citizens. So this is another reason why they didn't want Pam Bondi and they don't want Cash. Okay, people like that in here because this stuff is going to be more and more released. And that's another thing that I've heard a couple of good senators talking about, wanting to fix it somehow to set up some way for whistleblowers to have somewhere to go where they feel safe and have actual people that they can talk to about what they know without being, basically, beaten street almost. That's what you're going to see. But just like I've been saying all along, you have what are those people that we keep seeing that are dressed up like in the same outfits and they're wearing masks and they're carrying the American flag and everybody says they're feds. Yeah, the Patriot Front. I'd like to find out who those fuckers are. Wouldn't you guys? I'd like to have all of them demasked.
Don't you already know who they are?
Well, I know they're feds.
Okay, that's all I want to say.
But I want to know who they are, what office put them together, who's the one that put them out there to try to make them look like a bunch of Trumpers and white supremacists and shit, which didn't work, because most people like you and I figured out they were fakes in the first place. But I'd like to unmask those people. Those are the kind of things I want to see. I want to see who these people are in these videotapes. Who is this guy? Did he was his ass sitting in jail for 3 or 4 years after this happened? I doubt it. But I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to show these two videos.
Christopher Wray indicated that there were no confidential informants and no FBI assets that were present at the Capitol on January 6th that were part of the violent riot. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
Please play the video. We're now going to hear from George Hill, who worked at the Boston field office.
The SSA in Boston said they were going to a political rally, which is First Amendment protected activity. No, we're not uploading. We're not starting cases with these people. To which they said, well, we're going to call your SAC. And the SSA said, go right ahead. Because when you're pushing back, you want to make sure that you have your 6 covered. So the SAC and the ASAC were intimately aware of these kinds of exchanges that were going on. And again, to his credit, Joe Bonavolonta said, no, we're not opening up cases on people who went to a rally.
Sorry.
Christopher Wray indicated that there were no confidential informants.
Whispered a little bit.
The SSA in Boston said they were going to a political rally, which is First Amendment protected activity. No, we're not uploading. We're not starting cases on these people. To which they said, well, we're going to call your SAC. And the SSA said, go right ahead. Because when you're pushing back, you want to make sure that you have your 6 covered. So the SAC and the ASAC were intimately aware of these kinds of exchanges that were going on. And again, to his credit, Joe Bonavolonta said, no, we're not opening up cases on people who went to a rally. And I forgot a key part. The SSA for CT2 said, happy to do it. Show us where they were inside the Capitol, and we'll look into it. To which WFO said, we can't show you those videos unless you can tell us the exact time and place those individuals were inside the Capitol. To which the SSA responded back, and I was privy to these conversations firsthand. Why can't you show us? Why can't you just send us give us access to the 11,000 hours of video that's available? Because there may be UC's undercover officers or CHS's confidential human sources on those videos whose identity we need to protect.
So, Mr. Allen, you got retaliated against for saying the very thing that the Washington field office was telling Boston, when the Boston field office was saying, we're not going to go and investigate people that just showed up at a rally without sufficient criminal predicate. The Washington field office told Boston, well, you know what? We can't give you the evidence because it might disclose the very CIs and UCs that you are concerned about. But that doesn't surprise you, Mr. O'Boyle, does it?
No, sir.
And the reason it doesn't surprise you is that in a different part of the country, you saw that same pressure from the Washington field office. And did they ever try to get you to do something that was outside the normal order of law enforcement activity?
Yes, sir.
And what did the Washington field office try to get you to do that violated the law and regulations?
They tried to get me to serve a federal grand jury subpoena when there was no proper predicate to do so.
And the reason there was no predicate was because it was based on an anonymous tip, right?
That's correct.
And time and again, the Washington field office was trying to pressure you without corroboration to go start process on people. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
And so
see?
Do not go in there. USA! radio journalist from Michigan was shooting video that day at the Capitol. What he captured were two most charitably called suspicious actors, but they are dressed in such a way that led him to believe that they were government agents. And one of them, after the windows had been broken by a protester, it was encouraging people to pull the rest of the glass out and go inside. Bobby Powell, who was the journalist that had shot it, and he has his camera rolling, he told him that would be illegal and that wouldn't be a good idea. He warned people off not to go into that window. And then he turned his camera around and he caught this agent or suspicious actor pulling a large pane of glass out, this tempered glass. It kind of folds into itself, crunch onto the ground. And when he realized he was being filmed, he quickly dropped it. It seems apparent on the video that he did not want to be seen doing what he just did. So he pulled in a protester and started blaming him. He said, "What are you doing breaking that window?" The poor fellow that was being accused didn't know what was going on. And then he gave him a couple of really good shoves and cocked his arm like he was going to punch him. We don't know. His facial image is not on any of the Sedition Hunters sites or the FBI's most wanted site, but he clearly was committing criminal damage to property, and he has not been charged. So it raises a question of why.
Also, the individual trying to, again, opening the window up is even encouraging people to enter, I believe, as well.
Yes.
What's he saying?
Well, he said, "Why don't y'all open the rest of it up?"
Why don't you guys open up the rest of it? Because I think that'd probably be illegal. Well, I know my class.
Wow, that's amazing. And it's blatantly obvious that it was a setup. All of it. Because once people did go in, once they opened the doors and let people in, they were taking selfies and walking around and walking in the ropes and stuff like that, like tourists, not like insurrectionists. I didn't see anybody there with guns. I didn't see anybody run down there and say, "We demand you change the votes" and shit like that. I never saw any of that stuff. Nothing like that. And the fact that they denied extra military to come in and all that stuff, even though Trump says he offered it multiple times. Because Trump was going to be there and they knew people were flying in because they know all the tickets that were sold. And they said, "This is our chance. This is our chance to show Trump as an insurrectionist and get him so he can never run for president again." That's what they wanted.
Yeah. That didn't really work out too well for him, did it?
Not so far, but I'm hoping that people like this gentleman, this whistleblower, and the person that took the video will come forward with video, because I guarantee there's thousands of people that were videoing stuff, and they have evidence showing these people, like that one guy, that Ray Epps guy that was yelling, "Go to the Capitol, go into the Capitol.
You have to go inside.
You have to go inside." Yeah, that guy. You know, what happened to him? You know, that I would love it. I want to see all these people prosecuted for pushing people to do stuff. And then some of the video that you saw was them throwing tear gas and shooting those whatever grenades, the ones that make loud sounds and stuff, to push people towards the Capitol instead of away from it. And they were pulling down barriers and stuff to try to funnel people into the Capitol, not away from it. So to me, it's blatantly obvious that they were all trying to set it up to try to make it look like it was something that it wasn't. And even though they got people like McCain and a few others to sit there and act like, oh, it was a tragedy what they did. If you only look at one or two videos, yeah, it looks like a bunch of hoodlums in there because you don't know who they are. But once you dig into it and you start pulling out the roots and seeing who did what and why they did it, the people that did do stuff that hurt people, other people, they should be prosecuted. I believe that 100%. I don't care whether or not they got caught up in the moment or not. If they broke the law, they should be punished. But if people set it up and pushed people, just like if I was to get online and find some young man that's having problems to start talking to him, saying, well, you know what, if we could just kill those people, we could straighten this world out for everyone else. and keep pushing that person till they did do something, I should be held accountable for doing that to that person. Because I might as well went and did it myself, because I knew this person for some reason was going to do something or was capable of doing something. That's no different than being a friend to somebody and telling them to kill themselves. That young girl was prosecuted for that. That young teenage girl that kept telling her boyfriend to kill himself. Go through it. Do it then. I'm tired of hearing you say you're going to do it and you just never do it. You know, that girl. And she should have got prosecuted, because if you're not trying to stop them, it's better for you not to say anything to them than to tell them to go ahead and do it. You know, that kind of shit. These people should be punished for that. And we shouldn't let people be able to hurt people that are already mentally unstable and get them to do stuff. Like all these young kids, instead of the doctor or the psychiatrist trying to help them with their problem of thinking they wanted to be a man or a woman when they weren't, instead of encouraging to chop their bodies and mutilate their bodies, they might as well went in the bathroom and just cut their own boob off or their own penis off with a pair of scissors. Because that's basically what happened. But then you had a medical doctor that took an oath to do no harm, chopping off healthy body parts of people.
There is a doctor that actually experimented with transgenders, and his he wasn't a good doctor. He was a shitty doctor. He fucking is the reason why we have the transgender bullshit going on right now anyway, because the individual that he was fucking with that became transgender did get things reversed and is now on a crusade to tell people, do not let your kids become transgenders. Do not let them do this. It will fuck them up. And it's funny.
Well,
because
here's the thing. Well, go ahead. Finish up.
I forget the name of the doctor that actually did that, and I'm sure somebody in the chat could do a quick search. But his first patient is out there being a detriment to his experimentation, his mutilation of the human body. And they'll tell you that, like, no, it seriously messed me up. I don't have the proper cycles for my body's circadian rhythms anymore. I chopped off my tits. I had a hysterectomy at a very young age. I got myself replaced. Various things are replaced now, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, the thing is, for all these people who want to do the transitioning from male to female, a couple things you should know, and this is all verifiable. Look it up.
Mm-hmm.
When you transition, when you get your guy parts turned into lady parts, your body, or you are now a freaking, for the rest of your life, a medical patient. Because here's the thing, your body is going to reject what you did to it or what you had done to it.
Mm-hmm.
Your new V is going to try to readjust itself back into what it once was. It's going to close. You have to daily, and like 3 times a day, according to a friend who went through the process of transitioning, you have to insert something in there, and it's painful. It's painful.
Yeah. To keep it from growing together. Yeah.
Yeah, to keep it from closing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you have to essentially violate yourself numerous times to ensure that that the abuse you put your body through keeps. And not only that, you are going to have to continuously seek medical treatment. Is that really what you want to put yourself through? These are the things that a lot of people won't tell you. These are the things that doctors will refuse to tell you because, you weren't in the right body. We're going to make you in the right body. We're going to put you in the right body. And we're going to make millions of dollars off of you because you are such a gullible piece of shit that you just honestly needed a little bit of mental help. And nobody was wise enough to give it to you. Those are my thoughts on that.
Yeah, and I 100% agree with you. It's sad because I've done a couple shows earlier with people that were against, it was gays against groomers, and they were trying to get people not to do those types of surgeries to themselves, especially when their brains aren't even fully developed yet. Okay. A lot of kids go in and out, especially a person that might be bisexual. They like both sexes. And at the time they're going through that with their hormones and stuff, they don't understand that, well, I'm attracted to women, so I must be, should be a boy, because I'm a girl right now, but if I can fix it to where I'm not a girl anymore, then it would be normal. See? And that's not something you fix by cutting your body up. That's something you fix by going and talking to a psychiatrist. You see, that's the difference. And instead of getting psychiatrists, they were getting school counselors and stuff, the same ones that are putting litter boxes in the classrooms for kids because that feel like, today I'm a kitty. It's just, it's perverted and disgusting. And any parent that does that to their kids, they should be looked at for child abuse. That's how I look at it. Because I know, and that when you were born, you were either a girl or a boy. You're not a cat. You're not a dog. You're not a bird. You're not a snake. You're not a pig. You are a human being. And either you're a male or a female, period. And if I liked women and I enjoyed having sex with women, then, I'm gay. But, that doesn't mean that I should cut my body parts off just so I can look like a man to fit into society. And most people already understand that now because we know enough about psychology to understand why you just enjoy that same gender when it comes to, sex. But if I stayed with that gender, I would never have children or whatever. And maybe there's a lot of people that never have kids, even if they're not gay or lesbian, right? But what I'm saying is that it's sad that we are now in a society where doctors that went to school to save lives are willingly cutting off body parts of people that are healthy. A person goes their whole life after they were a kid and had their arm mangled off in an accident, and that one day might be able to get a transplant if that's ever possible, right? For a heart or liver, an ear, a nose, a face transplant. They've done so much stuff medically. And then now they're taking body parts off that are perfectly normal. There's nothing wrong with them, but they're cutting them off of kids, young people that aren't even old enough to buy a pack of cigarettes. And that person should never be able to pick up a scalpel again and perform surgery on anyone. That's how I look at it. And I'm praying that enough people are opening their eyes and they're going to start prosecuting these people. Because that's no different. What they were doing right now to young kids is no different than what they were doing to all those people over there at the very beginning of the show. Before they gassed people, they were doing horrible surgeries and freaky stuff to these people, scientifically, just cutting them up. And I don't know what all they were doing. I'm sure it was way worse. People get more upset when they find out that Fauci would have a laboratory filled with beagles, 25 beagles or whatever, 29 beagles, and they gave them all jabs and shots, and they all died. And they throw a fit over that. But you're not going to throw a fit over a doctor cutting off a little girl's breasts before they even started developing, cutting out all her little glands so she can't have boobs, and then cutting out her uterus and her eggs, her only way of ever reproducing in her lifetime that she can't get back. Doesn't matter if she changes her mind and wants to be a girl again and have the normal hormones going through her body. They cut them out of her. Should that doctor ever be able to pick up a scalpel and do a surgery on anyone? Again, no, because they purposely destroyed a human, made them not human now. They cut them all up like Frankenstein. That is not medical. That is torture. That is a sick and perverted freak.
Hey, Janet, look in the chat.
On people. What? Which one?
Bookbreaker just came in. Hey, Bookbreaker, I hope things are good, man.
Oh, I know. I answered him in the chat and told him that it's okay. It's no big deal. But yeah, I'm glad you got to come in and say hi to us, though. I hope you're going to make it with us next time, because I will definitely send you another link. But thank you for showing up. Appreciate it. But yeah, it's all of this is pathetic. But this is the person I was talking about earlier, John Kennedy, the one that is a senator in the state of Louisiana. Okay, and he's been a senator for 8 years now. But I want to share this little video that he put out for Valentine's Day. I don't know if you guys saw it. Did you guys see this video? Love is the answer, but you ought to own a handgun just in case. Happy Valentine's Day, Louisiana. This is his video, and I want to play it for you. Come on.
Folks, I believe that love is the answer, but you ought to own a handgun just in case.
I just love him. He is
Love
awesome.
that.
This is a great guy right here. And
Folks.
he loves his people. He loves his state.
Love is the answer, but own a gun
And,
just in case you need to blow
he's a
that
good
off.
person. Everything I've ever seen him do has been good for the good of people.
Did you see the video I posted?
Do what?
I shared. See the video I shared of him? It's funny too.
Is it? Where is it at? Is it
I shared in the private.
Is that the one? Oh, in the private chat. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm so bad. Yeah, I'll open that one up too. Is that him too? Another video?
Yep.
Yeah. Hold on. I gotta push pause. Pause. Oh, damn it! Because I keep pushing, it's not working. So let me push it to the start again, and then I'm gonna share it. Yeah, I love him. Don't you like him, Ruben?
Yeah, shit. No, he's funny.
I like him. He's a good man. Here we go. You guys ready?
Milk latte drinking, avocado toast eating. Life is hard, but it's harder when you're stupid. Can I take cocaine with my spouse?
No, sir. No, sir.
I did not call Senator Sanders an ignorant slut. I'm not talking about buying it, but let's suppose I came in one day and the cocaine was there. People who are bilingual, they speak English and stupid. I don't know why we have to give money to countries that hate us. They should be able to hate us for free. Looks like we're giving Lindsay the keys to the minibar. President Biden is sort of like Kevin Bacon at the end of Animal House, the cantina bar scene out of Star Wars. They wanted it like Ben wants J-Lo. I'm like Bluto in Animal House. I'm just fat, drunk, and stupid. Frankly, I can't because I can't get my head that far up my rear end. Stick it up there, fact checker. They can kiss my ass. Somebody at the White House has been smoking the devil's lettuce, okay? We cannot run the economy by putting fairy dust and unicorn urine in it. Urinate to get off the pot. My car doesn't run off fairy dust. My car doesn't run off unicorn urine. The spending porn on pet products. It's just chock full of spending porn. There's an enormous amount of spending porn. Next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead, call a criminal, call a meth head. It must suck to be that dumb. I don't mean disrespect, but the mayor needs to take her meds. Christmas ornaments, drywall, and Jerry Epstein. Name 3 things that don't hang themselves.
Love this guy. He is freaking awesome, but he's just like that. When you have a conversation with him, he just lets it all out. And I wish we had more people like that. I wish we had more people that actually gave a shit about what's going on and were verbal about it, and told you, man, that's bullshit, and he's happy to tell you that. And I just like him because I got to vote for him. So I'm proud of that. That's one person I would definitely vote for again, even though I don't live there now. But if I did, I would vote for him. Oh, let's see what this is. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I didn't know that that's who that was. I didn't realize that Foghorn Leghorn was based off someone. But I don't know. I've run out of stuff that I was going to talk about tonight. Is anything else you guys think is important that we should bring up?
No.
Because we've been going for almost 2 hours.
Too fast, folks. That's my solid advice for Valentine's Day. Don't drink coffee too fast. You never know when it might go down the wrong pipe.
I thought
and
I
you might
said
embarrass
something.
yourself on a stream.
I thought I said something, and that's what embarrassed you. So I felt really bad, but it was kind of funny at the same time.
You don't need to feel bad. It was completely my fault. I inhaled while I was drinking, and it's like, oh, and I tried holding it back, and it's just like, nope.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So,
It's really hard.
the one thing I want to talk about
Mhm.
is this guy, the mayor of New York City.
Yeah.
Mayor.
I thought it was
So
a woman.
far- No. Eric
that's
Adams.
Kathy Hochul, the governor.
Oh.
Eric
Okay.
Adams is
The bitch in chief.
starting to work more and more with Trump. He's realizing that the immigrant situation is bad for his deal, and his people don't really like it too much. So
Start taking their money away, and guess what?
he needs
did.
help.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. You
So-
take their money, and they start going, "Hey, okay."
The DOJ files to dismiss the Eric Adams corruption case. 7 prosecutors have resigned in protest because they're like, we were going after him. We had this in the bag, and now that he's working towards trying to get an angle to work with Trump, y'all are just going to forgive him? Fuck this. And that was the last thing I was reading into, because, like they said, 7 prosecutors have resigned in disgust over how things were going. They thought they were going to just like grab him and take him to the big house, figure out who his major contributor is, and then go grab them and throw them in the big house. But because all this shit's falling apart, and because it's looking like he's going to be working with Trump, kissing Trump's ass, kissing everyone's ass, trying to stay out of prison, trying to be, electable as a mayor for a second or third term, everybody's kind of like pissed.
Yeah.
The only problem
Good.
is while I'm happy that he's actually working with Trump, it might not last long, because Hochul might fire his ass for it. And the thing is, Trump didn't order his DOJ to drop that case. He didn't.
No.
They actually asked, did you ask them? He's like, no, I didn't even know they were doing it.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's like, here's the thing. When he took office, he asked them, look, if you feel it is worth pursuing, do it. If I fuck up, investigate my ass. That's the thing that I like about Trump. He's forcing his cabinet to keep him honest. He's not just
But that's what I said. He's
by
had 4
blind
years.
loyalists.
He's had 4 years to go over all the shit that he saw happening, okay, and who did what to him, right? Because he said they bugged the Trump Tower. They're spying on me. They're recording my phone calls. He knows all this shit, okay, because he did have a few people that were loyal to him. And when he left and took documents that he unclassified, okay, I'm sure he took it and he said, I'm going to take this stuff and I'm going to go through it and I'm going to try to find the best people for each cabinet position that can fix this mess and clean house. That's basically what I think he was doing. And that's what he had 4 years to set up all these people. And why would he pick the certain people? Just like some of the stuff that came out during Kash Patel's whole thing, he was one of the people that was telling the truth about what was happening with Trump and what they were doing.
Have they voted for him yet? Or have
No,
they done their
they
voting?
pushed it back another week. They pushed it back another week. Yeah, that's why
They
I
were
said
supposed to vote on it for this week.
Yeah, they were supposed to vote today or yesterday, but they didn't.
Oh my
they
God.
got pushed back. So the thing is,
No,
that's why I said
they
I
need
think
to
it's
stop
almost to the
that.
point where Trump can just say, "Forget it. You guys are dragging your feet, and I need this position filled, and he's the man for the job." He's already done everything. He's already done where they look to background check and see where his money is, where he's gotten his money, all this different stuff. and he worked for the FBI. He's done all these different jobs and all these different teams he's been on. And he's the one that testified under oath. And they kept trying to get him to say what he saw, what documents that Trump took, blah, 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 all this stuff. And he said, I can't say that. It's in court. And I'm not going to, say something that I shouldn't. Yeah. So basically, they just wanted him. They just wanted as much dirt as they could try to bring out. They didn't care how they got it, and they didn't care if they lied, cheated, or still to do it. And they lost so far, and they're still losing. And I'm loving all that. I'm loving seeing all these people squirming, But before I decided to close out, I wanted to play this again because I like to play this because this is exactly what they said they were going to do, and that they're doing it.
Coming this spring to MXNBC, a groundbreaking series that will change the U.S. government and the world forever. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, under the direction of former star of The Apprentice, Donald Trump, will challenge 3 million contestants to carry their load or hit the road. That's right. We'll be asking every government employee to prove their value.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Just like in a good old-fashioned meritocracy.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming in.
What would you say it is that you do around here?
I mean, a lot of days I really do stuff. It's just there's not that much going on today.
I helped Tanner and Blaze replace those heavy 5-gallon water containers.
Tune in each week as Elon and Vivek measure every federal employee's value and efficiency.
And time. So your study on how cocaine enhances the sex drive of Japanese quail, what's that worth to the American taxpayer? I think it's priceless.
And get ready for the savings, as those that don't make the cut get shown the door.
The president wants to tell you something.
Firstly, thank you for coming in today. And second, you're fired.
The Emmy Award-watching viewers of Deadwood and Idiocracy present Doge Days, the purge of the U.S. government.
There is a whole forest of dead wood out there. We got to get chopping, buddy.
I love that video. I just love it. Every single thing that they said in that is happening. And that's how stupid it was. I mean, I made a video the other day saying I got fired from USAID or whatever. And that my job was to find out where the socks went when they disappear from your dryer. And I just poured a big bottle of wine into a cup or whatever. But the thing is that I've gotten lots and lots of views on it. So people think it's funny. I mean, and it was a totally stupid thing, just all stupid. And most of the stuff that they found, I guarantee there are a few things, and they're going to come out when they do show it, because they have it. If you follow it on Twitter, you can go to the Doge Twitter page and see all the stuff they're posting, everything. Just like they said, they're going to be transparent about all of it. But this whole big balls thing and all this big schlong and all the different names that
was the best part of this past 2 days. Getting CNN to talk about big balls and then getting CNN to go and talk about hairy balls. Who doesn't love this?
I know, it's been awesome, and I've been enjoying it. With just getting little tidbits here and there, it's been worth it. But the fact that what's sad about the whole thing is that it's real, okay? This isn't just a meme that somebody made up, like that video that I shared last week with the guys walking through the hallways with ginormous balls, Elon's team, getting ready to go to work. It was funny, but the thing is, it's real, okay? Really stupid shit that are millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars of our hard-earned money was being spent on, instead of spending it on our veterans, our roads, our infrastructure, our buildings, anything for us as taxpayers and American citizens. No, none of that was going to us. This is all going to people, just like what Kennedy said in that one thing. Why are we paying people that hate us? They'll hate us without giving them our money.
Let them hate us for free.
I wanna answer Hardwick's thing in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Vivek's not in Doge, but that
not
doesn't
anymore.
mean,
but he helped set it up. He was
It's
one
out
of
of
the
date,
people with
yes.
Elon. Yes.
It is out of date. However, the context is still important, and the
But
context is
Vivek
still relevant.
did set it up.
Yes,
he
he
set
set
up
it up,
what
yes.
they were going to do and how they were going to do it. So it's still real. It's still the same. He's the reason why him and Elon together decided this is what we need to do, and it's all real. It's exactly what's doing, and it's not spring yet. So until spring, I'm going to keep playing it. Sorry, I just love it. But yeah, he isn't in it anymore. I don't know why. I think he's doing something big.
He's running for Ohio governor.
There was
He's
a
running for
conflict.
Ohio?
There was a personality conflict between Vivek and somebody. I want to say one of Elon's big guys,
He's
and they
running
had a
for
real.
office. That's why he can't be in that office and while running for office.
It's
That was
not
the
that, because this is that the Doge is like a special projects. Anybody can be part of it, but I think there was a real personality conflict between one of the head aides for Elon and Vivek, and they're Vivek's a real hard-headed alpha type,
Well, he
and
has to be. Isn't he a multimillionaire too?
yeah, he's a billionaire.
He's a billionaire.
Okay,
Billionaire.
all right.
The guy's
Well, the
fucking
thing
good.
is, the fact that we got two billionaires to get side by side in a room and come up with the idea that we have got to clean house, and the way to clean house is to go in there, look at everything, and find out where it's going.
But the thing is that Vivek understood this.
I love that.
He understood the mission, and he's like, "Listen, I'm not getting along with this guy over here. I can still support you guys in the project that we laid out from the fourth beginning."
But what's great is you had him running against Donald Trump, right, to be president of the United States, because he had the balls big enough to want to put his hat in the ring to run for president, along with a bunch of other people. And they weeded it all out, but they decided when they were running that, you know what, they all agreed on, we got to do something. We got to fix this messed up bullshit. And so in their conversations, they came up with different things that they need to do. It's just like when you have two or three guys sitting around a table and they decide to write a cartoon, and it ends up being the Ninja Turtles. And they write it out on napkins. They came up with an idea and a concept, and then they ended up going, not all of them, but most of them got together and decided to do the Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay,
hold on. I gotta stop you here, Janet. Ninja Turtles was spawned off of a night of hard drinking by Eastman and Laird. And those two guys, they still are the turtle people, okay? Now, mind you, I want to say Laird kind of got out of it a little bit. Eastman still does some stuff here and there. He's written some things, and it's passed on into some other people's hands, and they're not really doing the job to take care of it that much, because Ronin was great. Ronin Part 2 was
the
not.
concept wouldn't have happened if all those guys hadn't sat down together and talked about what their ideas and put it together and work it out. It wouldn't have came up with it. It wouldn't have been what it is today if it hadn't been those people involved. And that's what I'm trying to say about Doge. Doge was a combination of different people putting stuff in and then taking out what they felt was the best and what would work. And whatever they did, and however they did it, it doesn't matter now, because they're doing it and it's working. That's all that matters. And that's what's so good about the team that Trump is finally putting together. It's making a difference. It's changing things. It's changing the thought process of young people about what they want their future to be for this government in our country overall.
And Daredevil was a big part of Ninja Turtles beginning. I will definitely agree with that, because the Daredevil had the hand, the Ninja Turtles have the Foot Clan. Yes.
Yes, but the thing is that I love all of it. I think it's great, and I'm thankful that they did that. And if it hadn't been for Trump in the beginning, honestly, none of this, I don't think any of this would have happened. Trump, to me, honestly, when he says I'm the only one that could have done it, I believe that. I really do. He was a big enough asshole that enough people hated, even though he was once an insider. See, just like JFK Jr. or RFK Jr., look at him. he used to be hanging out with these people, be invited to all these parties and whatever else, you know. And do you think he's going to get invited anymore to those same people's parties? Hell no, they're not going to speak to him again. And if he's smart, he won't want to speak to them, because the way that they treat him now is like he's got the plague. And I'd rather have the plague in this group of people than be invited to all these skanky parties. I mean, I'm one of the duds. Okay. If I'd got invited to a Diddy party and went in and I had a slight idea of what they were planning on doing, I wouldn't have stayed, because I actually care about myself and my reputation and what other people would think of me, or what my own mother would think about me if she ever found I did something like that. And it's sad that all those people that got involved in that and got entangled in that mess was because of alcohol, drugs, or they wanted to be famous, you know, get their 5 minutes or 10 minutes of fame. And it's sad that you're willing to sell yourself, your body, or your soul, whatever it takes to get somewhere. I couldn't live with myself. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing that I had to do stuff like that, or hurt other people, lie about other people, make up shit about people just to throw them under the bus so I could get 5 minutes of fame. It's disgusting. And I can't wait to clean house. I can't wait for all this stuff to be exposed and all these people be out. Because once they're out, it's just like what that one gentleman was saying, Scott was saying about the food, right? Mm-hmm. If you pick up something and it's got a label and it tells you, oh, this has nicotine and this has cocaine or whatever they say is in it, and you willingly say, okay, that's in there, I'm going to drink it anyways. You know it's in it, so you're drinking it. Just like you picking up a cigarette and smoking it, or drinking, a pure corn whiskey or whatever. You know what you're holding in your hand and you're putting it in your body anyway. That's on you now. See what I mean? But by me handing you this drink and saying, here, I'm Bill Cosby, trust me, and I hand you this drink and you drink it, that's illegal. It should be illegal, because I'm willingly giving you something. I know what's in it and what it's going to do to you, but you don't. Just like we were talking about those 4 men, when that young woman was in Congress talking about what happened to her and all those other women, that those 4 men had videotaped while they were unconscious, you know, and did horrible things to them without their knowledge, basically. And it's disgusting. And those kind of people should be put in prison for it. Lose everything. If they had to go to prison, they lose everything they've done their whole life, their homes, their cars, their money, and then had to go to prison and would come out with nothing. That would be a start on getting some revenge against those people for what they did to these women, you know? But if we don't start somewhere, it's never going to happen, you know? We have to do something to get the ball rolling, to finally get some of this shit taken care of. And the only way to do that is what we're doing right now, by just talking about it, because a lot of people wouldn't even know about it. You know, they've never heard of it. So the fact that we're getting something out there, even getting a few people to talk about it, that's more than somebody else is doing, you know. And I like it. I'm not making any money. I don't get paid to do any of this, but I do it anyways. And I get my channel taken down multiple times. And have to start all over basically from scratch again, working my hours back up again from what I'm losing to even try to get to where I might make money someday. But that's not why I focus on it. I like when I was telling Bruce, when I first started to learn how to go live by myself, I told him, I said, I want to do politics. I want to talk about politics, even though I'm probably not qualified to do it. I go, but I'm passionate about it. And I think it's important. I wish more people cared more about how your community runs, and that we need new people, actual real taxpayers to run for office and do stuff, because we're the ones that know what's wrong with the system. We know that, you know, that this, that, and the other is messed up at the school or at the city hall or whatever, and get people in there to actually say, well, we need to fix it. And I don't know how to fix it, but I know what the problem is. So let's find somebody that can help us fix it, you know, that type of stuff. But, you know, it's just something that we all have to work on the best we can, starting at home. Because if you can fix your town and then you fix the state, the federal government's going to fall into place because we're taking our states back. So that I really do believe that. And hopefully one day we're going to wake up and we're going to say, wow, I really like my country again. You know, it's almost to where I believed it was when I was a kid growing up, when I put my hand over my chest and said the Pledge of Allegiance, the pride that I had in my country, you know, for my dad being in the military and all that stuff. And I want to get back to that. I want to get back to feeling that way about my country. And just by having the few things that's happened right now, I'm starting to see that again. I'm starting to see that that's possible. When last year, I was really close to not believing in this country anymore. And I'm thinking
it's okay. You know, we all were feeling the malaise, the Biden malaise that was endemic through any American with a sense of history.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all felt that way.
Yeah. Well, people that actually felt like, you know, that they lost pride in their country and weren't getting paid to hate the country. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nancy Mace, that's her name. Yeah, that was a horrible. And I aired that live when she was doing that on talking about that. It was horrible, the whole thing. And the fact that she was up there and had good people behind her to help get that out. And I hope those men are lose their careers. They lose everything. I hope they lose all of it because, man, they sure did hurt a lot of people, lots of families. They tore up.
Hey, Vince, how you doing, sir? Real Wade Nation, how you been?
Mm-hmm. Thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate it. But is there anything else you guys want to bring up before I play my closing video? Well, thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. And I guess I'll see you tomorrow, Bruce.
Janet, I want to close with something.
Okay.
Last thing I'm going to say.
You want me to bring it up?
Bring it up.
Here you go.
What would you say you do here?
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, and hope you have a wonderful weekend. And that this Valentine's Day was everything that you thought it would be. And if it wasn't, just wake up tomorrow and give them a big hug and a big kiss and tell them you love them. Make up for it.
First off, let me convey to my family, friends, and supporters that now is not the time to gloat. We must remember that most of our left-leaning friends are good people who want the same things in life as we do, but simply think differently on how to get there. It is now time to be the bigger man, to extend an olive branch and unite all reasonable people of this great nation. God has blessed America, and together with President Trump, we will make America great again.